Mirja here. So this video is EFT tapping 101, and I'm so glad to finally be doing this video. I've gotten a lot of requests for it. I am a certified EFT tapping guide, and I also am a health and wellness coach. So I do a lot of tapping with people, but I also have coaching clients that I work with over the phone, and tapping is tricky to teach over the phone. So let's start with a little bit about what tapping is. It's a very simple, freakishly effective technique for addressing physical and emotional distress. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique, and tapping is just one of the techniques, but it is by far the most commonly known. And it is just what it sounds like, tapping. So you tap on acupressure points while talking about your problem, and or whatever is bugging you. And if you're anything like me, the first time you try it, you may feel a little silly and maybe a little skeptical that tapping on your face and head is really going to make all that much of a difference. So tapping is helpful both for very in-the-moment stress, like say you're about to walk on stage to do some public speaking. Tapping could really help with alleviating some of that anxiety. But it's also remarkable for going in deeper and addressing old wounds from childhood or trauma. It's fantastic for PTSD, and that's where tapping with a certified EFT tapping guide really comes in. That's where you can go very deep with tapping, and it's amazing some of the work that you can do with this. So do you believe me? On a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to rate how much you believe that tapping can be such an effective tool. 1, no way. 10, I believe. I know this works. So where on that scale are you right now? And then we're going to tap about that and see where you are after we tap. So hopefully you've rated your belief skepticism, and now we're going to go over the points. So with tapping, we start with the karate chop point, the hi-ya point, and we start with a setup statement that is, even though, and then you state whatever is distressing you, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And if you don't at that moment feel like you do love and accept yourself, then you want to change the statement to something that feels true, like I am open to accepting myself more deeply, or I am open to loving myself more. You know, whatever statement feels comfortable and speaks to the possibility of change. Then the next point is right on the top of your head, and you want to trace straight up from where your ears are and right up there. I use a couple of fingers so you don't have to aim so specifically. Tap there. And you know, if you don't hit the exact right point, there's not going to be any harm, but it is really helpful to be specific about the points, so then you're getting you know, the most benefit each point is helping, as opposed to if you're, you know, way off, then that is just randomly tapping, if that makes any sense. Okay, so next point is right above the start of your eyebrow. And for this, I would use 2 fingers again to increase the likelihood that you're getting it, and just gentle, firm pressure. And then the next one is right next to the eye, sort of where a tear would come out. For most people, some people the tear comes out here, but right over here. And then underneath the eye, and then right under the nose, and then right under the lip, and then right here. So often you'll see people going like this, but what you're aiming for, you've got these ends of your collarbones, these bumps here, and you want to go down and diagonal, and you'll feel there's a sort of dip, a divot there, and it's kind of tender for a lot of people if they dig in. So you can do like this, or you can aim for them and just do both sides. Either one, it's all good. And then side of the rib. So those are the points. There actually are a number of other points, but this is just the basic standard suite of points. And it doesn't matter if you use right or left hand. It's not going to hurt if you don't do that particular order. And what are other common questions? They'll come to me, I'm sure. So let's just jump right in. So even though I am fairly skeptical that this can really be such an effective technique, I wholeheartedly love and accept myself. So I'll say it along with you. We're going to do a little call and response here. So even though I'm somewhat skeptical, even though I am skeptical, let's just say I am skeptical because I'm having trouble with that word. Okay, even though I'm skeptical that this can actually work so well, I wholeheartedly love and accept myself. Even though I'm skeptical that this can actually work so well, I wholeheartedly love and accept myself. And then we go to the top of the head. I don't believe this can work so well. I don't believe this can work so well. So you only need to say it once, but I'm just saying it twice so you can say it along with me. I feel ridiculous. There's no way this can work. I feel ridiculous. There's no way this can work. I doubt this is so effective. I doubt this is so effective. It's hard to believe this can work. It's hard to believe this can work. I am skeptical. I am skeptical. It can't really work that well. It can't really work that well. I'm not sure this is going to work. I'm not sure this is going to work. Really? Really? Okay. So now, just take a moment and see. Has your belief in the potential effectiveness of tapping shifted at all? Are you at a 1, a 10? Where on that scale? Has that number moved? So I will say that if you're fairly far at one end, it's sort of less likely it's going to move that much. And I also will say that it can take a few times to sort of get into the rhythm of it. So let's try one more round. And this is the way you do it. So you do a round, check in, see if it's shifted or not, and then another round. Okay, so even though I am not sure this can work all that well, and now I'll say that along with you, even though I'm not sure this can work all that well, I wholeheartedly love and accept myself. I wholeheartedly love and accept myself. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. This can't work. This can't work. Not all that well. Not all that well. How can tapping like this work? How can tapping like this work? I can't believe it's going to make that much difference. I can't believe it's going to make that much difference. I'm still skeptical. I'm still skeptical. I just don't know. I just don't know. Really? Really? Okay, so once again, check in and see if anything has shifted. So I did think of some other questions that come up, and hopefully things have shifted for you. And if not, you could try another round, but in the interest of keeping this video from being too long, I'm going to just say some other points that I do want to be sure that I share with you. So in terms of how many times to tap, 7 to 10 is the guideline, but sometimes you may feel drawn to a certain point, like you really want to keep tapping there. By all means, keep tapping there. Another common question is, what do I say? And so you can just pick one phrase and repeat that over and over. You don't have to be changing it up. It could just be, I'm skeptical, I'm skeptical, I'm skeptical, I'm skeptical. So it doesn't need to be very complicated at all. And the rule of thumb is if you do it 3 times and nothing is shifting, then it may be that you need to change the phrase or go sort of to a different level with it, but that's really not part of 101. So as I said, I really hope that the tapping worked. And I also have another video which is sort of a refresher for if you're not remembering the points, if you still want to be walked through it. And I invite you to try that one too. So thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you later. Bye.